Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Nadia from Nadia Joy Dating. Please don't forget to like my post and subscribe to my channel. To those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much. Your support really does mean a lot to me. I'd also like to take this opportunity to invite you to like my Facebook page and follow me on Instagram. You'll be able to find me on the social media handle at Nadia Joy Dating. And before I begin, I'd like to apologize for my slightly nasal voice today, as I'm still nursing a cold. But I promise I will do my very best to get through this as smoothly as possible. As a lifestyle coach who specializes in both relationships and positive living, I thought we'd take some time today to talk about positivity. So today we'll be talking about what it means to be light and breezy. Now, for those of you who are part of my Facebook group, you're already familiar with the term. Also, how strongly I believe in keeping a positive, live and let live and carefree attitude, not just with dating, but with life in general. I'm not saying it's easy, but it can be done. And as with any discipline, practice makes permanent. And a positive attitude gets you feeling good, looking great, and overall gives you positive experiences in all aspects of your daily life and interactions. Stuff happens to everyone. This doesn't mean you're a bad person or that you're being punished. Things happen so that we can expand as beings, learning greater capacity for love, light, and positivity. Every experience, whether good or bad, comes with a lesson that will teach us more about ourselves. I've had my moments where I feel sad, angry, disappointed, hurt, or sometimes end up in tears. But I go through my steps, and though it may take some time to come out of it, I grow, I learn, expand, and come out of it stronger, with more wisdom and positivity. The trick is not to let one negative episode ruin the rest of your day. Remember, light and breezy is not just a reaction to something someone says or does. It's not a response or an action. Light and breezy is a lifestyle and adopting a way of being in mind and in body. So, it's worth mentioning again, stuff happens. It's a given that things will happen to annoy you. People will say things to tick you off. You'll be happily walking along and someone scowls at you like they have a personal vendetta against you. Or you'll be wearing your crisp, freshly ironed, freshly starched white shirt and someone bumps into you with their coffee. Oops. I know you probably heard or read a version of this saying before. Life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. Guess what? It's true. Developing light and breezy as a way of life comes from the inside. It takes dedication, mindfulness, practice, and above all, it takes patience. Someone who has taken on light and breezy as a lifestyle can come out of pretty much any situation without having it negatively alter their mood or affect their entire day. Now, as women, we are emotional creatures. Stop fighting it. Just own it with grace and gratitude. Yes, we get hurt, more so by those we love and care about than by others that we consider strangers. But by understanding that, we don't have to allow ourselves to stay hurt. This is the beauty of light and breezy. People do and say what they do because that is who they are. End of. Trying to think about why someone said something or why they did what they did or the way that they did it, it's just going to bring you more stress, no joy. Overthinking is going to upset you further and lower your vibration. Let it go. It is what it is. That being said, I'm going to share with you some tips that I use myself and with my clients that will help you to get over the hurdles of life in the most positive, fun, and graceful way. So here we go. Tip number 1, acceptance. Accept that it is what it is. No matter what the situation you find yourself in, try your best to take emotion out of the equation. Look at the situation logically and accept it for what it is. This is the very first step to creating positivity in your life and space. Being logical switches your focus from problem to creating a solution you can work with. There's no reason to dissect every situation to find the motive behind it. Ask yourself, so what? Let's use an example. Something that most likely has happened to each one of us at some point in time. We wake up, it looks like a beautiful day, we leave home and have our entire day planned. Halfway to our destination, it starts to pour with rain. It's automatic to start thinking, oh no, I don't have an umbrella, my hair's going to get ruined, my shoes aren't suitable for rain. Why is it raining when the weather app says it's going to be clear? This is so unfair. All my plans are ruined. My day is ruined. This is awful. I should have just stayed home. When you notice this pattern, just tell yourself, stop. Take a deep breath, clear your mind, and ask yourself, so what? Okay, it's raining. So what? This will stop negative momentum and bring your focus back to the present moment where you can now find a solution. Maybe you wait it out and see if the weather changes, or you adjust your plans accordingly. Choose something to do indoors. Maybe you buy an umbrella on the way. Whatever you decide to do is a solution and not a problem. You have now given yourself the permission and opportunity to enjoy the day. Yes, it's not what you initially planned, but are you seriously going to let a few drops of water spoil your mood? No, of course not. This brings us to tip number 2. Clean up your environment. This is something useful for helping clean up and getting rid of negatives to make more space for positives. Sometimes the negative influences in our lives could be people, habits, thoughts, or actual stuff. With people, ask yourself, when I spend time with this person, is it a joy or a chore? If it's a chore, you need to start taking steps to lessen the time you spend with them. Sometimes you could, cut them out of your life. But unfortunately, this isn't always the case. So what you need to do is slowly start spending less and less time with them. Now with habits and thoughts, think of them the way you think of a diet maybe. What can you switch it with? For example, the way that you'd switch cakes and chocolate with fruit. You can consciously choose to switch assumptions and doubt with something more positive, like acceptance, for instance. And when it comes to clearing out stuff, that's probably the quickest and easiest place to start. Ask yourself, as you look at something, does this make me feel happy or excited? If the answer is no, get rid of it. If it's a gift from your mother-in-law, something that you just hate, you can't throw it out. Put it in the attic or out of plain sight so that looking at it every day doesn't get you feeling negatively. Tip number 3. Surround yourself with positive people and things. As you clear the negative clutter of people and things, you open up space for more positivity. Start taking the time to nurture and grow positive relationships in your life. And before you buy anything new, ask yourself, does this make me happy? Does this excite me? If the answer is yes, reach for your wallet. Having a positive circle of friends is essential if you want to permanently make the transition into being a happier person. So take care of these relationships. Open up to the good stuff, and when things get tough, you know you have like-minded friends that you can lean on. Next, exercise. Exercising mind and body. Exercise is essential for good health, both body and mind. A strong body equals a strong mind, and vice versa. Exercise teaches discipline and consistency, both of which in turn influence our daily lives and the way that we deal with the hurdles that we come across. So put your trainers on and get moving. Next, practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a mind exercise that not only trains your mind to think more positively, but it's also a manifestation enhancer. We will discuss this in more detail another time, but for now, let's look at the health benefits of practicing gratitude. When we focus on all the things that we have, the things that we don't have just don't matter anymore. And when we focus on the stuff that makes us feel happy and grateful, The things that upset us just don't matter anymore. Practicing gratitude teaches us to love ourselves and our lives as it is. It allows us to stay in the moment as we take stock of all that is working out for us. And the law of attraction says, the more gratitude you feel, the more reasons you will have to feel grateful for. Like attracts like, remember? This brings us to our last tip for today. Practice mindfulness. Just so we're crystal clear, I'm not talking hours sat cross-legged on the floor chanting. That's meditation. Here we're talking mindfulness, which is a similar yet very different mind exercise to meditation. Mindfulness is a wonderful technique that helps you live in the present moment without judgment and without reacting. It's a great life skill to have and allows you to give more attention to the present moment, to your own thoughts and feelings and to the world around you, something which can improve your overall well-being. Becoming more aware of the present moment can help us enjoy the world around us more and understand ourselves better. When we become more aware of the present moment, we begin to experience everyday things in a new and more positive way. Often, simple things that we have been taking for granted, like how the pillow surrenders its shape and form to cradle our head for the night. If you would like to learn more about mindfulness, practicing gratitude, or any other of the techniques that we've mentioned today, do get in touch with me either on one of my social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on the social media handle @NadiaJoyDating, or via email on nadiajoydating@gmail.com, or through my website nadiajoydating.com. Thank you once again for listening. Looking forward to hearing from you next time. Goodbye!